Mark Harmon has appeared in a ton of TV shows and movies since he burst onto our TV screens in the 70s, but it is probably his role as Leroy Gibbs on NCIS for which he is best known. With over 25 movie credits to his name, as well as appearing in around 50 TV shows, Harmon is a national TV treasure.
Wow.
Today, we are looking at his roles you completely forgot he played. Stay tuned. First up, we're going all the way back to his role on Emergency. One of Harmon's earliest roles was on the 1975 medical drama Emergency, which, like most other people, you have probably consigned to some faraway chamber in the back of your brain, should you be old enough to have watched it in the first place. Our beloved Mark played Officer Dave Gordon on the show, who was a member of the Los Angeles County Department of Animal Control. The show actually ran for 6 seasons, and Harmon was posed to return to the role on a weekly basis, but that didn't pan out, unfortunately for him at the time. How different his career trajectory might have been if he had become a regular on Emergency. Have you ever seen an episode of the show? We don't even know where you would view it nowadays. Next up, we're looking at his role on Laverne and Shirley. Stay tuned. Just a year after portraying the animal-loving Dave Gordon on Emergency, Harmon was back on the small screen, making an appearance on American sitcom Laverne and Shirley, which ran for 8 seasons from the mid-70s to the early 80s. Harmon had a walk-on role on Laverne and Shirley, playing the part of Victor in the episode Dating Slump. The show was based in 1950s Midwestern Milwaukee and focused on the lives of Laverne DeFazio and Shirley Feeney, who worked as bottle cappers in the Schatz Brewery. The show was actually a spin-off of the mega-hit Happy Days, and the later seasons focused on the mid-60s Burbank, California. Laverne and Shirley was lauded for its use of physical comedy, and by the time it reached season 3, it was the most-watched American TV show, receiving 6 Golden Globe nominations and 1 Emmy nomination. Have you ever seen Laverne and Shirley? Let us know what you thought of it below. Next up, a role in Freaky Friday you might have forgotten about. The 2003 film Freaky Friday, which was actually a remake of the 1976 classic of the same name, saw Harmon take on the role of Ryan, Jamie Lee Curtis' love interest. Ryan, who was not entirely accepted by Lindsay Lohan's character Anna due to her father's death a few years earlier, was originally due to be played by Hollywood's mustachioed Lothario, Tom Selleck, but he pulled out at the last minute, allowing Harmon to step in, which we are thankful for. The original movie is widely regarded as a classic and saw Jodie Foster's character of Annabelle switch places with her mum, played by Barbara Harris, and the remake stayed very close to the same formula. Curtis and Lohan's characters were on hand to switch bodies, and it all gets very awkward as Harmon's character of Ryan has no idea his wife-to-be and her daughter have switched bodies, and why would he? Harmon plays the role well, and his character is actually a pretty decent guy, proving himself to be not only a great suit for Tess, but also a supportive future stepfather for Anna. The role lets Harmon shine as the charming, easygoing guy we all know and love. Did you see Freaky Friday? We just can't believe it was almost 20 years ago. We're talking about Harmon's role in Justice League Crisis on Two Earths next. Don't go anywhere. Back in 2010, Harmon appeared in the Justice League movie Crisis on Two Earths, which was actually his last movie credit, and it came as no surprise to fans of NCIS, who had viewed him as a kind of Superman on their show from the get-go. Obviously, the movie was an animation, so Harmon just provided the voice for Superman, opposite Salvador actor James Woods. The story is an obvious one, which sees Superman up against Owlman, played by Woods, who intends on destroying Earth and all its inhabitants. Set in an alternate universe, Harmon's Superman and his Justice League pals come up against the crime syndicate, who are on hand to aid Woods' Owlman and all their cronies. Harmon nailed the role and provided a steady voice for the character we all know and love, sandwiched in between Brandon Routh and Henry Cavill's portrayal of Clark Kent. Do you remember Harmon's role in Justice League Crisis on Two Earths? Let us know what you remember of his performance below. Now, we're talking Summer School. Stay with us. Like many actors, Harmon also appeared in a couple of comedic roles, and 1987's Summer School saw Harmon try his hand at a less serious role, one we probably wouldn't associate with him. It was one of Harmon's first roles as a lead character, playing Freddie Shoup, a high school physical education teacher who was preparing for a summer holiday with girlfriend Kim. On the final day of school, the principal hands out notes to underachieving students, informing them that they must attend summer school to catch up on their schoolwork. The teacher who was scheduled to take the summer classes has just won the lottery and immediately quits, so the principal spends the last day of school trying to find a teacher to take the class, with most of them evading him, aware of what he wants. However, Harmon's character is roped into it, threatened with the prospect of losing tenure, so he begrudgingly agrees, having to cancel his holiday. The rest of the movie is a fun back and forth in how not to teach, but film critic Roger Ebert slammed it, giving it half a star out of 4. We think he probably missed the point, that it wasn't made to be a serious commentary on teaching. It's a fun, lighthearted, silly movie, which again shows off Harmon's versatility. Did you see Summer School? What did you think of it? Chicago Hope is next. Stick around. Back in 1994, Mark appeared on Chicago Chicago Hope as Dr. Jack McNeil. The role saw him play a doctor for the second time in his career, after appearing as Dr. Robert in St. Elsewhere for a whopping 70 episodes. Chicago Hope was also significant as it saw Harmon meet some of his future NCIS alum, Rocky Carroll and Lauren Hawley. The show saw Harmon play the role of Dr. McNeil for 4 seasons and focused on goings-on in a fictional Chicago hospital. Its hotshot surgeon team comes under the microscope, and their relationships with each other are often the central themes in each episode. Chicago Hope ran for 6 years, until it was canceled in 2000, and also saw a few firsts in network television. Mark Harmon's character of Dr. McNeil was actually the first television character to utter the phrase "S-word happens" on a network drama. Obviously, shows like South Park had already well and truly busted that one out around the same time, but this was the first time a character had said it pre-Watershed. The series was also the first to have an episode aired in HD. A bit of trivia there for you guys. Were you fans of Chicago Hope? Let us know your favorite character below. We're discussing his role on The West Wing now. Stick around. Political drama, The West Wing won a legion of adoring fans due to its tight writing and exploration of real-world issues. But you might have forgotten that Harmon actually made an appearance over 4 episodes as Agent Simon Donovan in Season 4. You could probably argue that this role served as an audition, or maybe more accurately practice, for his law enforcement role on NCIS, as Agent Simon Donovan was actually a Secret Service agent. His role on the hit show involved him protecting Bartlett administration member C.J. Cragg, played by Allison Janney, but obviously they end up flirting and falling in love. Maybe that's why he only appeared in 4 episodes. Pretty unprofessional behavior, Mark. Obviously, his character's short fling didn't last, as he was killed trying to stop a robbery in New York City. Do you remember Harmon's role on The West Wing? How was it? And finally, we're remembering his role on Family Guy. Back in 2012, Harmon gave his character of Leroy Gibbs an animated makeover when he appeared in the hit adult-themed cartoon Family Guy. Harmon appeared in the 10th season in the episode Tom Tucker, The Man and His Dream. Tom Tucker, who is played by Seth MacFarlane, tries to achieve his dream of becoming a Hollywood actor and plays a bit part role on an episode of NCIS opposite Harmon and his character of Gibbs. Harmon voices Gibbs on the episode, interviewing Tucker about his suspected involvement in a case. It's just another string to Harmon's bow and proves he has no problem making fun of the characters he portrays. As always, thanks for stopping by today, and remember to join us next time for some more fun and games. Also, remember to share, like, and subscribe to our channel. Bye guys!